The honeymoon period of any relationship has a shelf life, but does that mean you can't bring back those butterflies of excitement? Absolutely not. Hi viewers, and welcome back to another Bestie video. Doesn't matter if you're a newlywed couple or have been married for more than a decade, if you don't put some effort into your married life, everything might fall to pieces. Constant stress, hectic lifestyle, work overload, boredom, lack of communication, and other unpredictable issues can cause problems. In today's video, we'll tell you the best tips for a successful marriage, from embracing the little things, compromising, listening to each other, being free to putting your relationship first, and more. Watch until the end to learn about all of them. Number 1, remind your partner that you appreciate them. Once married for many years, that passionate kiss when your partner walks in the door can easily morph into a peck on the cheek. This can further morph into an inability to even look up from your computer. Over the course of your marriage, you may settle into a comfortable routine, but there's real danger in that. Studies show that nearly half of men who have cheated say it was because of emotional dissatisfaction and not sex. When people don't feel connected or appreciated, they're vulnerable to the advances of another. Number 2, practice honesty even when you're ashamed. If you've maxed out a credit card or two and find yourself hiding the bills each month, you can bet it's going to come back to bite you. Although infidelity usually happens in bed, it can also happen with money. And it'll be a tough road gaining back your spouse's trust if you've lied about overspending. Along that same vein, if you feel you aren't connected with your partner the way you used to be, you need to say something, and now. If you let communication issues fester for months, things may go from bad to worse. You may keep telling yourself that things will get better on their own, but it's not likely. Number 3, put your relationship first. You're both busy, we get that, we all are. If you want to keep your marriage working though, you need to put it above everything else. If a job threatens to ruin it, leave. If a hobby's overtaking your time, find a way to include your spouse. One of the biggest challenges for many couples is putting their relationship over their children. It almost sounds selfish, but the truth is children grow up to start their own lives, and you end up where you began, as a person in a marriage. So, in the big picture, your marriage should come first. Number 4, embrace the little things. Those who believe that life is the sum of its parts are correct. Anything from having dinner together to saying bye to your husband while he leaves for work with a kiss is happiness. When you start embracing those small moments, happiness in a relationship will flow. Number 5, do fun new things together regularly. The beginning of any relationship is jam-packed with new experiences, which keep you interested and motivated. After you've been married for a while though, you tend to fall into a rut. This could be dangerous, so make sure that you make time for doing new things together. Whether it's traveling to new places, exploring a new hobby, learning a language together, getting involved in any kind of project or anything, just do it. This will intensify the emotions and help keep you closer. Number 6, compromise. It's not only about you anymore. You are building a family and compromises cannot be avoided. To start with, you need to choose your battles. There are just some things not worth fighting for. Then again, when something is really important to you, you'll have to insist. Compromising should never be one-sided in a marriage. It's normal that one of you gets along easier, but everyone has limits. It might take time to teach your spouse to compromise, but it will be worth the effort. Number 7, think before you speak. There's a proverb which says, "It's only through words that conflicts begin. It's only through words that people have fun. It's only through words that people gain wealth." So words should be used sparingly. Usually when people have some misunderstanding, they say, "Let's talk it out." While this can work, sometimes it's better to cool off before flying into a heated debate. Going to bed angry is sometimes the best thing you can do. If you're still mad about it in the morning, then you can talk. Then once the conversation is over and you feel satisfied, drop it and move on. Number 8, be humble towards your partner. We all have weaknesses, and relationships reveal these faults quicker than anything else. An essential building block of a healthy marriage is the ability to admit that you'll make mistakes and that you need forgiveness. Holding an attitude or superiority over your partner will bring about resentment and prevent your relationship from moving forward. If you struggle in this area, grab a pencil and quickly write down 3 things that your partner does better than you. That simple exercise should help you stay humble. Repeat as often as necessary. Number 9, be kinder to your partner and to yourself. Always be kind to your partner for the little things gone wrong. To yourself as well, because there'll be times that you need yourself the most. Most often, we forget to be kind in a marriage. We may think that we're failing in the balancing act of career, marriage, and kids, but you're probably doing better than you think. Be kind, and you'll be in a better mental space. Number 10, be free. Sometimes you need some time for yourself, separately. Independence is a major factor in a successful marriage. When you have you time, do whatever your heart desires without interruption. You'll be more willing to do things together later on. Spouses should spend some time apart to do things that they like. Find something that you think you can really sink yourself into, whether it's a book club, learning to cook, or picking up an instrument. Once you reestablish your sense of self, you'll become more content, grateful, and self-aware. Above all, you'll be ready to continue with other chores and marriage life responsibilities. Number 11, don't take each other for granted. Taking one another for granted is the worst thing that you can do in any relationship. Sometimes, because we're all human, we can't avoid getting comfortable with what is familiar. Avoid any forms of assumption and always give them the utmost respect whatever might happen. Telling your partner how much you appreciate them from time to time never hurts either. Number 12, listen to each other. You've probably heard about this from every person alive, but it does truly work. When you have problems, you need to sit down, explain to each other what is bothering you, and simply listen. But the key is that you need to really listen. You don't need to come up with a solution, at least not that very second. Only by listening to each other will you be able to overcome any obstacles that may come. If your partner doesn't listen to you, it might be a sign that you're in a toxic relationship. There are other signs to identify such relationships as well. Learn more about them by watching 17 warning signs you're in a toxic relationship. Now back to simple tips for a successful and happy married life. Number 13, don't ever stop trying. Happiness can kind of be a trap because it comes in short bursts. It's like watching a football game with non-stop scoring. It's great for a quarter, but then it becomes boring. You have to strive for contentment, which is a continuous state of mind and one that feels doable. Being happy comes with pressure. It makes it sound like it's the partner's job. The unavoidable piece is just the commitment to trying. It's doing things like being generous, showing appreciation, and saying thank you more often than you probably are. Number 14, always be flexible. Life throws a lot our way, and it's important for partners to understand and anticipate that. Unexpected events, expenses, and situations come up in relationships. A couple's ability to go with the flow, especially when it's dramatically different from what's expected, gives them the opportunity to learn new skills. And more importantly, get to know each other in ways they might never have before. Number 15, share household chores. Many couples struggle with how to divide household chores. The best to figure out is which daily tasks each of you despises and then swap them in such a situation. Both of you will appreciate it even more if your spouse does the chore that makes you miserable. Number 16, do things that attract your partner. Attraction should always be part of the equation. If it's gone, then you're done. No matter how long you've been married to each other, attraction towards each other is essential. Indulge in things that attract your partner. For instance, a surprise candlelight dinner, or a lovely romantic evening in the backyard, or anything that your partner may like after a hectic day at work. There are so many ways you can spark romance and set sail in the right direction. While these tips may help you lead a happy married life, it's very important to marry the right person in the first place. You can assure that by asking your partner certain questions before you take the plunge. Learn more about these questions by watching 8 questions to ask your partner before getting married, or 14 more questions to ask your partner before getting married. So go ahead and watch one or both if you want a better understanding of your partner and their needs before marriage. How many years have you been married? Let us know in the comments below.